Next up on KSL Outdoors.
Well, there's a fish. I don't know what he is.
It's a popular sport fish in the summer, but can you catch them in the winter? It's Coke! Nice! Woohoo! First one! We're going crazy for Cokes. Next up on KSL Outdoors.
KSL Outdoors with Adam Eakle is brought to you by your local Ford stores.
Hey, welcome to KSL Outdoors and welcome to Strawberry Reservoir. We're going ice fishing today, but we're doing something a little bit different. Yeah, we're hoping to catch some cutthroat and some rainbows, but our main target is kokanee. Now, we've been working on this for the past few weeks. We've kind of figured it out. So we got a big crew on hand, some Division of Wildlife employees, some buddies of mine. We're hoping to get some fish, some fillets for the smoker. Let's go.
So we're almost to what we call bear claw. It's part of the triangle, the trolling triangle in the summertime. So we'll just try it all. You know, you caught a couple right, one over there the other day. So we'll just try it right here and just keep moving until we get into them and see what happens. I think if we can find them, we can get a couple.
I caught one yesterday.
Yeah. Even a blind squirrel gets a nut once in a while.
Strawberry has over a foot of snow covering a good 15 to 18 inches of safe ice. The slush monster will no doubt show himself, but we're prepared for the long haul.
We don't get a lot of interest in kokanee in the wintertime, but I actually think it's starting to grow. You know, when people come up here in the summertime and they're catching a lot of kokanee from the boat, the kokanee are still here and they know that. So, you know, Strawberry is a big body of water, and so sometimes it does feel like needle in a haystack out here trying to find where the kokanee are at, you know, and you'll catch them. You kind of notice it'll come through in waves and things like that, and you'll start getting hits. But it's a matter of just getting out in that open water and maybe moving around a little bit and finding those spots, and you can get them.
Well, there's a fish. I don't know what he is. Oh, and I lost him.
Oh, no, I didn't. First fish of the day. Hard for me to tell. I think it's Coke. It's Coke! Nice!
That's awesome.
Woohoo! First one! Smokanee! He hit it really hard. Oh, he got off. We're not going to let him go. Look at that. First Coke of the day. I think it's my fourth one I've caught through the ice up here at Strawberry. That's a good one, too. 25 feet. Oh, that's so exciting. I mean, you catch a lot of these in the summer, but that is exciting to catch one through the ice, especially like that. Got to thank our Division of Wildlife, man. They have really done a good job up here with our kokanee. If you've ever been up here during the summer, it is fantastic. And now, you can do it in the winter. We're going to show you how. Pretty stinking cool.
I mean, we've looked at thousands of diets of kokanee over the years. Without exception, all they eat is zooplankton, these little tiny crustaceans out there that are no bigger than about 1 to 2 millimeters in diameter. And when they attack these lures, these flashy lures and things that we're dropping down there, it's more out of an aggression. You know, they're just trying to chase it off. They're trying to attack it.
What the heck is that? Smokanee!
Got one anyway, right? They're out here. It can be done.
How deep?
60 feet.
Oh,
yeah. First one through the ice at Strawberry for me. So I had this flasher. I don't know what they call it, but it's made, I think Jared Johnson makes it with Rocky Mountain Tackle. And I just had this little Berkeley stinger on there. So it's kind of an orange with a pink tail and white.
I mean, something you would, it's real similar to a squid.
Yeah, to a squid. And I've just same thing, just been using these Gulp pink. Put a couple of those on. And I used a little bit of this Mike's salmon lotion just to drop on there. That was it.
So we got fish coming in all depths. There's one right there, and there's some right under the ice.
Did you get a double or a single?
Just the one on. These guys have been killing the cut, and that's a Coke. Woohoo! Another Coke. Now we're showing you kokanee caught in the same general area but from 2 different days. The coke catching isn't fast, but it can be done.
Trash fish.
In addition to the kokanee, you'll also have a chance to catch a grundle of cutthroat, including a few slot busters in the same spot with the same gear. We'll show you both coming up. But first, let's check your knowledge of kokanee in Utah in our climate quiz question. Whether you call them silver bullets, smokanee, or sockeye, the kokanee salmon is fast becoming a favorite of anglers in Utah. Kokanee salmon were first introduced to Strawberry back in 1937. After the treatment of Strawberry to remove rough fish in 1990, kokanee were once again stocked back into Strawberry Reservoir. But Strawberry was not the first fishery in Utah to be stocked with kokanee. The first kokanee salmon were brought into Utah from Washington in 1922. Which leads us to our climate quiz question tonight, which is, what fishery was the first in Utah to have kokanee? Now, once you know the lake, log on to our KSL Outdoors Facebook page, give us the correct answer. We'll then randomly select and announce a winner on our page the following week. The winner set to walk away with a Climate Static V sleeping pad. KSL Outdoors, powered by Ford. We'll be right back to Strawberry Reservoir.
KSL Outdoors is also brought to you by Smith & Edwards, Fish Tech Outfitters, Utah State Parks, Burt Brothers, Climate, King's Camo, and Camp Chef.
Welcome back. Up on the ice, it's Strawberry. That's a good fish. It'd probably put on, another pound by July. That's a good smokanee right there. Gonna be one for the barbecue. My first kokanee through the ice at Strawberry. I've done it elsewhere like we told you, but never here. It can be done. You just got to get out here and give it a shot. Almost the same exact equipment I use in June and July. Pretty jacked up. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited. Let's go get some more. So, as we've shown you, it is possible to come up here and catch kokanee. Now, remember, you're not going to catch a bunch, but you are going to catch a bunch of cutthroat to keep you entertained, and there is that chance. Every time I've come out and targeted kokanee here at Strawberry, I've caught a few, so it can be done. Some things to keep in mind when you do come out. You got to have a flasher, I believe. I like pink and silver. The other one I like from Rocky Mountain Tackle is this glow. It works really good. If you do have the glow, or you have anything that glows, make sure you bring something like a UV light out so you can charge it up and get it glowing nice and bright before you put it under the ice. I mean, you got to remember there's 18 to 24 inches of snow on top of the ice, so it's pretty dark down there. You got to get their attention. There's a lot of different types of lures you can use. I prefer things that do glow. I think you could use, the same squid that you use in the summer will work here in the winter. As long as it either has UV or glow in it, I think you'll catch some fish. One thing to keep in mind, and this isn't something that I came up on my own, actually, I saw it on a website where guys were catching kokanee up in the Northwest, but they put a small little split shot right in front of their squid and about 12 to 14 inches away from their dodger. That split shot keeps that squid away from the dodger and keeps them from getting all tangled up. Again, there's a lot of lures you can use. I caught the kokanee on this Northland little spoon. It actually has a little glow stick that goes inside of it. Don't know if that helped, but it sure didn't hurt. I've caught them on just simple things like Sweetie's pinpole, a buckshot spoon. Now again, you want to tip your offerings as well. I like to use the Berkeley maggots in the pink. They have a little scent. It's the same maggots you use when you're trolling in the summer. Paul's had great success with mealworms and waxworms as well. Make sure you bring up some of these. The mealworms were phenomenal today for cutthroat. In fact, I wasn't catching hardly any cutthroat. I switched to a mealworm and couldn't keep them off. That's just a few of the things you can use when you come up here. You got to actively jig them. Remember, you're trying to make them mad. And so dead stick, not that you can't catch them dead stick, people do, but I think you need to actively jig them. It's about a 10 to maybe an 18-inch jig, and most of the time they're going to hit on the drop. They're not going to hit on the upswing. You might drop it, go to lift and feel a little weight. That could be a coke. Give it a hook set. One of the more important things, I think, is you have to have a fish finder. The fish could come anywhere from 10 feet under the ice to 50 feet down, and we're fishing over about 80 feet of water. You need to know where those fish are at. If you don't know where those fish are at, you're not going to be able to get your offerings in front of them. You're not going to be able to agitate them, and they're not going to bite it because they're not going to see it. So keep these in mind when you come out. And as always, if you need any more information, just contact the guys here at Strawberry Bay Marina. They can get you on the right track. Hey, we'll have more fishing coming up, but first, back to the guys at Fish Tech for tonight's fishing report.
Oh man, I've been looking all over for that sock. Well, as your gear is messy and worn out as mine, hi, I'm Aaron Anderson from Fish Techs, and today's spring cleaning tip of the week. Springtime is a great time to start going through your gear and making sure everything's right up to speed. Take a look at your wading boots. Make sure that they're not falling apart at the seams. Make sure there's no rust on the studs or anything preventing you from slipping or falling in the river. If you do need an upgrade to some boots, we got a couple really great Simms boots that have just come in for this spring. We got the new Headwater BOA system with that quick and easy release. We also have the new Flyweight from Simms, shaped just like a hiking boot, and it's going to give you that lightweight performance without having that clunky wader boot. And for the waders, make sure your waders don't have big holes in them or even small pinholes. And if you do have that, we got a couple new really great Simms waders in. We have the very affordable Tributary Simms wader with 3-layer upper and 4-layer lower. And we have the new G3 Guide Camo wader, and that just kind of speaks for itself. So check your fly boxes. Make sure that your flies aren't just gonna fall right out of the box, right into the river. Make sure all your fly boxes and gear are actually gonna fit. Get something that's gonna fit everything you need, so you only need to carry one thing. With these tips and a lot more, or any help that you need, come down to Fish Tech. We'll be sure to help you out. Now for tonight's fishing line.
What do you got on?
I've got the actually super squid, one of those squids that we used during the summer. Another one of them trash fish.
We are literally almost in the middle of this reservoir right now and 80 feet deep.
First fish of the day.
And we're catching 15, 20, 30 cutthroats in an afternoon here. Unreal. You see them, and even on the fish finders, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Where you at? What depth, Paul?
40.
It's got to be a coker, a big cut. Hollywood over here taking his time. That's a coke, dude.
No.
No?
A giant cut.
Dang
See
it.
his head?
Wow.
It's a keeper.
Wow, that's a big cut.
25.
25? Oh, I got to see this fish.
Oh my God, look how I had him put. Barely.
What is that, probably 4 pounds? 5 pounds?
I don't know. What do you think, Al?
5 pounds, huh? Dang. Nice fish, Paul.
Yeah, that's why they got through the hole.
Is that the biggest one of the year for you?
For me, yeah, out here.
What'd you get him on, Paul?
Just that white glow tube jig, about 1 inch.
About 40 feet down?
Yeah, with a flasher on there.
It's just unbelievable how fast it is out here in the middle of the lake. It's fish after fish. I mean, it's just stupid. Just another nice one. Dodger brings them in. The cutter bug they can see. And the mealworm seals the deal. Thanks, bud. That one cutter bug's probably caught 10 cutthroat in the past half hour.
You got to have a snowmobile. I mean, even a 4-wheeler I think would be tough to get out here. Unless it was, you know, there's still a little slush on the ice, but if it was frozen, you could get a 4-wheel, but you got to go with a snowmobile because we pulled a few people out last week that shouldn't have been out here on 4-wheelers, but they tried it anyway. Yeah. We rent them. We'll even do shuttles. We'll shuttle you out here, drop you off, call us when you want us to pick you up.
They won't touch it. Oh, I lied. He just wanted it to move a little bit. Now I want to emphasize that the kokanee fishing was by no means fast. Paul and I caught 5 in 2 days, but the cutthroat will keep you entertained. So in talking to the biologist Alan, he says these bigger cutthroat are eating zooplankton, and you can see it. This fish just spit up a bunch of zooplankton. So they're out here in the middle of nowhere in 80 feet of water living off this zooplankton along with the kokanee and the smaller cuts. We're catching very few rainbows out here. It's almost 99% cutthroat and 1 to 2% kokanee. But boy, they're just some nice healthy cuts out here. Living off zooplankton and putting on some weight. Let's get him back in the water. All right, there he goes. Whew, what a day. Back in a moment, but first, tonight's Utah Field Guide. Nesting on the high tundra that stretches across North America, the tundra swan holds true to its name. A long-distance migrator, these birds spend the winter along both coasts, as well as right here in Utah. However, more swans are sighted in Utah during their migration. You can both see and listen to them on Saturday, March 9th, as the DWR celebrates Swan Day here in Utah. The DWR will host several swan viewing events on the shores of the Great Salt Lake. Admission is free and viewing will take place at 2 sites, the Eakle Wildlife Education Center in Farmington and the Salt Creek Waterfowl Management Area west of Corinne. Biologists and volunteers from the Wasatch Audubon Society will be on hand to answer questions and to help you spot the swans. Both events make for a great family outing. For more information on the event, check out the DWR's calendar page on their website at wildlife.utah.gov or check out our calendar page on our outdoors page at ksltv.com. Well, if you do decide to come up, dress warm. Minus 22 degrees when we hit the marina this morning. It did warm up. It is nice now. In fact, it's beautiful. No wind and probably in the high 20s. 40-degree change up here at Strawberry. Hey, let's check that recreation forecast now by turning it over to Kevin back in the weather department. There he is. Welcome back to KSL Outdoors. Back here at Strawberry, catching our fill of cutthroat. I'm telling you, it is non-stop. Hey, don't forget, if you're looking for some ideas to take your family into the outdoors, check our outdoors calendar page on our outdoors website where you'll find all the stories, and that's where you also enter our snapshot of the week. Boy, that's a good cut. Well, there we go. Just another nice strawberry slot cut. I know Paul was calling these a trash fish as he's got another one on there in the background. But just as pretty as a kokanee. Doesn't taste as good. That's all right though. They've done world of good for this fishery. Let's let him go back down in the hole and turn it over to you for the best of the week, our snapshot of the week. There he goes. Thanks, bud. We kick it off with a first for Chad and his pup, Jade. Chad hasn't hunted chuckers since he was just a kid. This winter, he'd been looking for a way to get Jade some exercise, and boy did they find some. It took a few trips, like 4, of hiking some steep rocky country, but Chad finally shot a red-legged devil, and Jade made a fabulous retrieve. It was Chad and Jade's first chucker, a memory, he says, will last a lifetime. Jake spotted this really rare piebald doe in this herd, and it turns out he wasn't the only one looking. 2 coyotes were also on the prowl. Jake quickly grabbed his binos, and holding his camera up to them, he captured these cool shots. Jake was able to tell from his photos that the doe actually has blue eyes. Quite the find, Jake. After missing fish all morning, little Lily finally hauled in this nice slot cutthroat up at Strawberry. Lily couldn't have been happier to pull one out from under the ice and give her family a memory I'm sure they'll cherish for a long time. Check out this giant cutthroat Janet caught back in January. Janet was sure that it was a fish of a lifetime. Well, Janet was wrong. 2 weeks later, she latched into this giant brown trout. Janet says they didn't get a chance to put a tape measure on it, but they did get an estimate of 33 inches next to their auger. Both giants that were released to fight another day. But our winner tonight treed and freed this little lion with a big attitude. John Mueller loves to chase cats with his houndsman buddy. John actually found this cat's track, called his buddy, and after a 2-mile chase, the young cat finally treed. John says luckily they were able to get their snowmobiles to within 60 yards of the tree, and it was a good thing as the snow was waist deep. A cool cat, John, that just won you our cool prize for having the snapshot of the week. Remember, submit your pictures or video plus an explanation of your latest outdoor adventures online at ksltv.com. The winner each week wins a Camp Chef Versatop Grill and Griddle. Small in size, large in cooking capacity, perfect for those on the go. Plus, the winner is also entered into our Ford Trucks quarterly Facebook giveaway for a Camp Chef pellet grill.
From the backcountry to your back patio, Camp Chef, the way to cook outdoors.
We had a phenomenal cutthroat day, didn't we?
Yep, that was great.
People can hire you guys to come out here and show them. You'll take them out here and do this exact same trip we did today?
Whatever they want to do. If they wanted to hire us as guides, we'll come out with them. We bring all the equipment, snowmobiles, everything. They just have to have a license, come on out. Or if they want to come up on their own, we'll shuttle them out here. If they don't have a snowmobile, I mean, if you fish around the marina, yeah, you might catch a few fish during the day, but you're not going to catch 40 to 50 fish like we did out here.
Yeah. It's Coke! Nice!
So,
per person.
Per person, yeah.
Yeah.
So if they come out, they want a shuttle, we'll drop them off for like 25 bucks. Call us when you want to come back in, we'll come back out and get you.
A good deal.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
That's awesome.
If you want to catch fish.
Yep. Well, I'm pretty excited. Well, thanks for, this is something Paul and I have been talking about for a couple years. We finally got it done.
Yep, we did it.
And so can you.
Yep.
Get out here and enjoy Strawberry. Get out and enjoy the great outdoors. I'm Adam Eakle for Paul Davis. We'll see you next weekend. Good night.